All right, we are back with another Social Media Cowboys podcast. I am Chris Hoke.
I'm DJ Hunter.
All right, DJ Hunter is, if you can hear in his voice, has been hit by the allergy bug. What'd you do this weekend?
Trim some trees in the front yard.
Manual labor is overrated, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I used to do.
What you used to do?
Yeah, I used to trim. I used to do all the yard work in our homeowners association
Oh, did you?
before Social Media Cowboys. So I was like this every day.
Oh my god! I didn't know that. I just learned.
So
that.
it brings back bad memories.
I washed my car the other day. Well, one because it needed it and it was filthy. I don't remember the last time I washed it, but when literally since Trish got sick and then into COVID, that went straight from that into COVID. I don't think I had done like that kind of labor, and I don't know since before she got that kind of sick, that real bad sick. So I was washing and I'm like, man, I don't think I've done manual labor in. I did housework, I've done clean the house and stuff like that, but I haven't done like that kind of thing where you're more intensive, I guess, to knock a job out, man. So I guess when I should remind myself when I complain about things that it could be a lot worse, huh?
Yep.
Could be work on the highway.
Oh.
So we don't have a guest this week. We wanted to just kind of update and just kind of like maybe what we're doing would help some of you guys. So we, like everybody else, have been affected by COVID. You know, used to everybody was calling it Corona, but now we're all saying COVID for some reason. I know that's the name, but it's weird how everybody just sort of agreed somehow to switch to COVID.
Yeah.
So whether it's Corona or COVID, we have been affected by it. You know, our clients get affected, and then we get affected. So we have taken this time to. Did we sit on our butts and do nothing? Did we do that, DJ?
No, sir.
Did we pout or get depressed or defeated?
No, sir.
There we go. So what we did was we looked at some products that we've been wanting to dig into, but never really have had or taken the time, or however you want to look at it, to dig into. So DJ found a ClickFunnels product that we think is a whole lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just better for the clients. It gives them more control. I'll tell why we've always kind of resisted ClickFunnels, and then if you want to tell them about why this one's good, you can. But the reason why we've always resisted ClickFunnels is a lot of times people, other companies, not us, will sell ClickFunnels kind of like they kind of hide it. So they will take and they will come to a client and say, hey, we have this funnel. We'll get you this many leads. It's going to cost this much money. We run Facebook ads, which go to a landing page. And you're like, okay, well, where's the Facebook ad? And they're like, I can't tell you. Okay, well, where's the landing page? And they're like, I can't tell you. They'll just give you the email leads. So the reason why they can't tell you is because if you stop paying them, say this is a ClickFunnels for HVAC repair, if you become their client, then they give those leads to you, that they're now a paid client. And then when you stop being their paid client, they keep running the same ads and the same landing page, and just sell those leads to the next HVAC guy that pays them. So they never have to really change anything. They're always getting the leads, and they just sell it to the next guy. So one is I just never have been comfortable with the client not knowing, just not knowing where this comes from. And then two, that doesn't do the client any good organically. And correct me if I'm wrong on anything, DJ, please, but it doesn't do them any good organically, because that Facebook ad is not on their Facebook page, and that landing page is not their landing page, so it doesn't benefit them at all organically. So one, it's hidden, which feels shady, and two, it's not going to help them organically, so they're always going to be stuck paying for the lead. Whether it's a year or 5 years, it'll always remain true that they just will keep having to pay for the leads. So this product, DJ, doesn't do all these things. Kind of give them the generic rundown of the new one.
Basically, it gives us control, or we can show it to the client, and they can, if they have any suggestions of what they want on there, or they want a form, or they want it to give away something or whatever, we can put it on there, which is different from the other stuff because you don't even know what the landing page they are that they're using. It may not even have something to do with your business. It could just be a who knows. So anyway, it's a template based thing that we can use, so we can change it up and add whatever the client wants on there, and we can forward it to whatever URL and run whatever ads on it. And it's easy to use, and it's cost effective. It's way cheaper than pretty much any ClickFunnels landing page software or anything that I've looked at. So it's good, and it does more than just landing pages. It does a ton of different stuff. Which is also good.
Email follow up marketing with emails and things like that. And if the client wanted to have a generic, sometimes some feel there's a need to have a generic catch-all for the funnel. So if it's 123 HVAC is the name of the company, but you want to make it more enticing to get the ClickFunnels to work, and you want to make it Texas HVAC news. And people click on that, and then they click on the ad, and then they click on that landing page. You still could own it and control it, and you still own all those funnels, and you still own the whole process. So you're never not part of the equation. The client never doesn't have some sort of hole in the equation. So whether it's using their actual persona or some sort of a third clickbait type persona, if you will, either way, they'll have control over it, and it gets away from the whole shady. I think it's shady. I just think it's a shady way to do business. I've never been a fan of it. I don't know. It just feels wrong to me for some reason.
Yeah,
feels shystery to do it that way. But I mean, if others are comfortable with it, so be it. God bless them. So then we have always in the past run AdWords through a vendor, and we always had a higher minimum due to that because the vendor had certain minimums they needed to meet. And we've always avoided going to smaller Google ad budgets because we always just wanted to use the vendor. But now we found an easier way to do AdWords. So now if somebody comes to us and they've got a couple $100 only for AdWords, can we help them, DJ?
Yes, we can.
All right, yeah, we can. So we had minimums of around $750, $850, starting there and going up, and now we can do smaller things. We'll always have that vendor, and for our larger ones, we'll probably always continue to use them. It just opens up that smaller window from 0 to 750, say, to do those that need that smaller amount. Don't have the larger marketing budget, which we're always trying to find something that's cheaper and better. And sometimes you can be cheaper but not better, and sometimes you can be both. With these two, I think we found both, cheaper and better. So, we also, DJ, didn't just sit around and we looked at products, but what did we do for ourselves that we want to talk about here at least? Like, we might want to talk about all the things that we did, but we're like everybody else. We're affected by COVID. So we took a look at online marketing and we reassessed our own, like what we're doing. So now we're doing more of some of the products that we've been selling. We've always done them, but now we're doing more of them, and we kind of reassess what we're doing. Yeah. So I guess what would you learn about our own business? What would you tell other businesses trying to reassess what they're doing? What would you tell them?
Yeah, well, we took our own approach on those two new products we just talked about and basically used them on ourselves because we've talked about them for so long, and we were so busy with current clients and other clients and things, we couldn't take the time to test them. And we didn't want to test them on a client and not know what we were doing. So we took this time to do it on ourselves, so I could learn the tools, and Chris could learn the tools as well, and that way we'd know what we're doing, how we can help clients, and see what it does for ourselves. So instead of just wasting time trying to figure out what to do, we stuff we had on the back burner, we brought it to the forefront and tested it on ourselves.
I don't think we've, since this all started, other than we all have obligations we have to take care of, right? And there's things I have to do for Trish, and there's things you got to do for your mom still. Your mom and dad both have had some little health things here and there. So other than taking some time to do some things like that, I don't think you and I have ever not had a full 8 hour, at minimum 8 hour day during COVID. At minimum, probably longer days than that even, but we've never stopped. We've never stopped. Other than taking care of some family business, we've never stopped. Not once. We also took a look at all those products, but I shouldn't say took a look at, but rather we reinvested in ourselves. So it would have been easy. Where I'm going with this is, it would have been easy for us to just pull back the purse strings and chop a whole bunch of things and just not do anything. But we actually didn't do that. We probably started spending more during this, and not everybody can. I'm not trying to pressure anybody to do something they're not comfortable doing, but we chose to actually do more because at some point this all ends, and we want to be prominent when it does. And would you say that? Yeah, that's, time will tell. Obviously, we're not out of this yet. The state started opening up Friday a little bit. So, would you recommend that approach for anybody that can, DJ, to do more?
If you're able to do it, you need to stay on top of your stuff and stay out there, because once it does come back, you'll either be on people's minds and in the forefront, or you'll be left in the dust.
Yeah, that's kind of the approach we took. Yeah, you might not be able to afford it now. Yeah, you might have to ride it on a credit card for now. But when it does open up, you should just get it right back and then some. Which is that's been our approach. Is like, okay, when these purse strings do open up, which they will. I mean, they just will. Yeah. I mean, there's such a pent-up demand for so many products. There's a pent-up demand for hair and makeup and nails, and we know from our clients, people are putting off car needs. As long as the car's running, they'll put up with some things that they normally wouldn't put up with. Yep. Let those tires go a little longer than before. So as soon as this ends, all this stuff starts getting bought. These transactions start being made. So, like you said, you're either there or you're in the dust.
Yep.
So when companies start looking for marketing, our intention is to be there, right at the forefront as much as we can be, as much as we can control.
Yeah.
So we're short and sweet. We won't make this one last too long. We just wanted to touch base on what we're doing and see if this inspires or helps anybody else navigate what they're doing. You got any parting words, DJ, for these people?
Wash your hands.
Which you probably should be doing anyway.
Yeah. Thing I've never done that I do now is I have one of these little tiny bottles of hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
I just leave it in my pocket.
I got one in the car. I just leave there in the console.
Yeah. Just, whenever I feel like it, I just wash my hands. Good to go.
Speaking of those, what I find amusing is, for years, I've gotten those as a marketing thing.
Yeah. And like a business after hours or something.
Yeah. And I've always liked the idea, but I've always thought it was interesting and kind of, it always felt a little out of the norm. Now, it's the best one. I forget koozies and pins. Give me your sanitizing thing from now on, dude.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. In fact, that's the main ones I've been using. Is I've got 3 or 4 from different places around that I found. I actually went through my house and I found them. I had you throw them in a drawer and things like that.
Yeah.
I went and rounded them all up and found them so I could use them. And they've all got little emblems of whoever I got them from.
Yeah.
So we might have our own social media Cowboys ones here one of these days. As soon as it's more plentiful, we'll probably do it ourselves. All right, guys. Well, hopefully something here has helped you. If we can help you with these things, please reach out to us, socialmediacowboys.com. But if nothing else, maybe it just inspires you to take another look and just not give up and just keep pushing forward. I mean, if it does that, then, we can do business together later. But the main thing I want everybody to do is no quitters. No quitters allowed. Not here, not ever. So we'll just keep going forward. All right, with that, later.